All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha, Quadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Going into the news and linking global events to biblical prophecy to show you, hopeful members of the elect out there, that everything that is written in the Holy Scriptures is faithful and true. So report U.S. transfers Patriot missiles from the small hats to Ukraine. As you see right there, okay, we know that last year, Russia warned the U.S. of dire consequences if they gave Patriot missiles to Ukraine. So instead of just saying it, let's come over here and just type it in. Let's type in news report, okay, in which sometimes, the leaders of these different countries be speaking out of their asses, but sometimes they actually be meaning what they be saying. So you just got to learn how to pick the meat off the bones and choose wisely. Russia gives, let's type in Russia gives, or let's type in Russia warns U.S. over giving, well, let's see, Russia warns U.S. of of giving Ukraine Patriot missiles. And forgive me for taking so long to type this in. I am on my new phone trying to type this in, and the text be small sometimes. Okay. So, this was back in December 15th of the year 2022. Russia warns of consequences if the United States sends Patriot missiles to Ukraine. Okay? Okay? This is from pbs.org. Okay? Russia warns of consequences if United States missiles go to Ukraine. This is from militarytimes.com or www.militarytimes.com. Okay? December 15th, 2022. This one is from CBC. Russia warns of consequences if United States sends Patriot air defense missiles to Ukraine. Okay. Just to confirm that, let's go ahead and click on this. Okay. There it is. Russia warns of consequences if the United States sends Patriot air defense missiles to Ukraine. And this is all back in December 15th, 2022, which would be, I don't want to say 3 years ago, because we're not in December 22nd of the 15th of December 2025. We're in January. So this will be almost, well, not almost, but this will be, you could say this will be 2 years and 14 months ago, because we're almost in February. So this will be like 2 years. No. This will be 2 years and I mean, I don't really need to calculate it too much, man. I'm just here to give you the news. Okay. Or would that be like a year and 14 months ago? It could have been a year and 14 months ago, because 14 months counts as a year too. 14 years will be like a month. That will be 14 years will be a year and 2 months. So since we're about to be in February, so that would see 2024. So a year ago would be in 2023, right? No, a year ago, January a year ago would be in 2024, right? January a year ago would be in 2024 minus 2 months. So yeah, I believe I was right the first time. 2 years and 14 years, no, 2 years and 14 months ago. 2 years ago would have been 2023, January of 2023. And since we're about to be in February, okay, what is today? Today's the 31st. So that would be almost, 2 months ago. So yeah, 2 years and 14 months ago. So it's not too long ago, okay? No. It would no, it wouldn't be no 2 years and 14 months ago. It would be, I guess you could say it would be 2 years and 13 months ago. No, it would be 2 years and a month ago. Slovakia, man, I'm not used to calculating months, years, or days, or any of that shit. I believe it would have been 2 years and a month ago. But okay, this is from Los Angeles Times. Russia warns of consequences if U.S. sends Patriot missiles to Ukraine. This is from Los Angeles Times, and the website here is www.latimes.com. Okay, Russia warns of sending Patriot missiles to Ukraine. This is from www.voanews.com, which will be Voice of America. VOA will be an acronym for Voice of America. So I mean, you see the dates right here, okay? And this one right here, Russia warns of consequences if U.S. missiles go to Ukraine. This was simply an article from 2022 of December 15th that was uploaded 9 days ago. Or 10 days ago. So you see now that there's a pattern here. So what do we see right now as of today in news times? Okay. Report. US transfers Patriot missiles from Israel or from the land of Israel, because Israel's a people before it's a place. And those people in the land of Israel, they are not Israelites. Okay? Those people in the land of Israel today, calling themselves Jewish, they're not Jewish. They're descendants of Esau. Okay? They are descendants of Esau. They're not Jewish. Okay? They come from the line of Esau. But anyways, we call them small hats because they wear those yarmulkes on their head. But okay. U.S. transfers Patriot missiles from the small hats to Ukraine. So let's see if Russia is gonna retaliate. Okay. The United States has transferred nearly 90 Patriot missiles from the small hats to Ukraine via Poland, according to a U.S. defense official. Okay, after the IDF, officially decommissioned their U.S. supply Patriots in April 2024, Kiev asked for the missiles. Okay. Russia did warn the small hats of potential consequences for the move at the time, which will be back in December 15th, 2022. Reported this week that in recent days, several U.S. Air Force C-17 transport planes ferried the missiles from an air base in southern Israel to the Polish city of Rzeszów, NATO's logistic hub for supplying Ukraine. Reports West Jerusalem informed Moscow of the move and said it was only returning the Patriot system to the U.S. rather than supplying weapons to Ukraine. But now we also got to remember these Edomites have a history of dealing treacherously with one another. All you have to do is observe the Syrian wars, okay, which is all about the war between the Ptolemaic Empire and the Seleucid Empire. They have always dealt treacherously with one another, okay? Now, I believe it was Seleucid the third who he gave, what was it, Laodicea? He basically gave her to Ptolemy to marry. Now, I forgot which Ptolemies it were. It could have been Ptolemy the second, but don't quote me on it. But I'm not saying that he was the one who dealt treacherously with Laodicea. Okay. What was it? Was it See, I have to get back. I need to see, and all that information is on my old phone, which ended up stop working on me. Oh, you know what? I have my notes in my book bag. Hold on a second. That's right. Because I got back into studying. Bear with me for one moment. I got back into studying Daniel, the 11th chapter. Except I decided to do a more deeper, in-depth research. So bear with me for one moment. Bam, got it right here in my red notebook. My red notebook. Let me see. So Daniel, the 11th chapter breakdown. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Let me see. But out of the branch of her roots, let me see. The brother Berenice. Okay. The brother of Berenice, Ptolemy the third. Okay. So let's see. The king of the north, Seleucus the second, the son of Laodice the first, who took to the throne. So let's go up here. See this, all this I believe was recorded in Daniel the 6th, Daniel chapter 11 verse 6, right? Okay, let me see. They shall join themselves together equals an alliance will be formed between the king of the north, Antiochus the second, and the king of the south, Ptolemy the second. Okay, the king's daughter of the south, Berenice. Okay, Berenice will be given to Antiochus II, Theos, to marry in order to seal the alliance. But she, Berenice, shall not retain the power of the arm. Berenice would lose influence over Antiochus II, Theos, who was persuaded to go to Ephesus in Asia Minor, where he was poisoned by his ex-wife, Laodice I. Right, because I believe what happened was Antiochus II, he basically did away with his wife, which a man can have more than one woman, you know, but basically he sent his wife away for Berenice, which was given to him by Ptolemy II. So Laodice decided to take vengeance on Antiochus II by persuading him to go to Ephesus, where she would ultimately poison and murder him. Okay. So it says, so Antiochus II, Theos, was persuaded to go to Ephesus in Asia Minor by Laodice I, where he would be poisoned by his ex-wife, Laodice I. So will her father, see, equals Ptolemy II, alliance will not stand, and he will also lose influence over Antiochus II. She shall be given up, meaning she shall be abandoned, as a hit was put out on Berenice by Laodice the first. So Laodice the first is responsible for Antiochus II, okay, his newly wife Berenice, and her son, being murdered. Okay, so Laodice the first was responsible for the death of Antiochus II, Berenice, Antiochus' wife, and his son. Okay, along with her children. And this is why it tells you in verse 7 that Ptolemy III was moved with choler. Okay, he was moved with choler because of what happened to Berenice. But go ahead and put my notes back in my book bag. See, that's why it pays to have notes, man. Yeah, man. I was studying Daniel the 11th chapter at my job. During my lunch breaks, while listening to edifying videos. from Yashawamba and Manaktazakba. But yeah, man. But you see, the point of me bringing all the info out is to show you that these Edomites have a history of dealing treacherously with one another, you know? Because, see, even though Ptolemy II, you know, gave Berenice to Antiochus II, you know, to be his wife, he had ulterior motives. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an ulterior motive to, you know, these small hats basically telling Russia, oh, you know, we're sending these missiles away. I mean, not to arm Ukraine, but, you know, to give them back to the U.S. Nah, I'm pretty sure there was an ulterior motive behind it. Okay, because these Edomites have always dealt treacherously with one another. You know, so it says the same official claimed this was the same thing as U.S. transfer of artillery shells from emergency storage in Small Hatville to Ukraine 2 years ago. Both Pentagon and the U.S. European Command declined to give Axios a comment for the story. Russia has not officially addressed the matter as of yet. Okay, according to Axios, okay, Small Hatville Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as the beloved brother Yashawamba would say, refused to take calls from Ukraine's Vladimir Zelensky for weeks. Okay, the situation changed in late September when Netanyahu, okay, needed Zelensky's permission for Hasidic pilgrims to visit Uman, a town south of Kiev where their movement's founder, Reb Nachman of Bratislav, is buried. Okay. Zelensky refused until Netanyahu approved the Patriot transfer, a Ukrainian official told Axios. So that's pretty much all I need to read, man. Okay? Let's go ahead and, you know, pull up them spiritual blades. Materialized blades out of golden sand from thin air and formed into solid golden blades. Spiritual blades that cannot be broken. Let me see. Bam. Found you. Then let's do this. Let's go to Matthew 24. Matthew 24, verse 6. Okay, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're going to hear of wars. Okay? So just real quick, what I would like to do is look up that word. Let's look up here and let's look up rumor. Polemos. Let me see. So that's wars, or of wars is polemos. So here we have, let's look up here. We're going to look up the word here and then rumors.
Strong's G 191. Akuo.
Okay. The word there is akuo. So let me turn that off just so it can charge. Come on. Okay. So it's a cool. And when we scroll down, what do we see? To be endowed with the faculty of hearing, not deaf, to attend to, consider what is or has been said, And you better best believe that Russia has already considered, I mean, the US has considered what was said to them concerning those Patriot missiles. But do the US care? No, because the US is a superpower, okay? They have all this technology and these advanced weaponries and all that. So let me see. To hear something, okay? It says to perceive by the ear what is announced in one's presence, to get by hearing, learn. A thing comes to one's ear, to find out, learn, to give ear to a teaching or a teacher, to comprehend, to understand. Now let's look up that word rumor. Okay, rumors. It's a I'm saying that right.
Strong's G 189. Aka.
Okay, the sense of hearing, the organ of hearing, the ear, a thing heard, instruction, namely oral, of preaching the gospel, hearsay, report, or rumor. Okay. Let's see if they have the lexicon, the Greek's lexicon box down here. Okay, so that shows Strong's. That's cool. This app feels more advanced. Okay, so now what I would like to do is read that in the NLT. So let's go back here. Okay, Matthew 24 verse 6, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars. You see that? So Russia given consequence, a warning of consequences to the United States of America if they send patriots to Ukraine, right? That those are threats, which falls back on what? Biblical prophecy. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Now let's go back to the KJV. For nation shall rise against nation, and what? Kingdom against kingdom. Okay, so we got Esau, the kingdom of Esau rising up against himself. Okay, and what did Yahushua say about Satan rising up against himself? Matthew 12 verse 36. Okay. Matthew 12 verse 25. And Yahushua Hamashiach knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So Esau as a whole is a house. Okay. Anybody who comes from the line of Esau would be of the house of Esau, which predominantly would be you so-called white people. Rather if you're calling yourself Jewish, rather if you're calling yourself a white European, well, rather if you're calling yourself a white American, rather if you're calling yourself a Ukrainian, rather if you're calling yourself a white Russian, rather if you're calling yourself a white Australian. You're all Edomites at the end of the day, okay? An Edomite will be a descendant of Esau. And what the Heavenly Father have did concerning your house was he have broken your house up and divided it. Because you Russians and you so-called Americans and you fake ass Jewish people over there in the land of Israel, guess what? You're all of the stock of Edom. You're all of the house of Esau. And you're all coming up against one another. because your house is divided. Let's read that in the NLT. Matthew 12, verse 25. Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And ultimately, that's what's going to happen, because the Lord is going to use Russia to ultimately destroy the United States of America via intercontinental ballistic missiles. In the KJV, verse 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, okay, meaning if Satan defeats himself, right, he is divided against himself, how shall then his kingdom stand? You know? And let's read that in the NLT. And if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. Okay? And that's what we see going on over there. Okay, in the Middle East. His own kingdom will not survive. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. Is on to the next one.